Uh-huh.
But if I break sight, next thing I know, I turn back because I hear a screaming of a bayonet going into him.
Oh.
Wow.
And where's this?
This is in Indiana.
Okay.
And I also have experiences in the Mojave Desert, other places, Indians where I'm at, moving around, want to camp around me, and all this and that feelings.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I could write a whole book on this that'll make all your mouths drop to the floor. How spiritual gifted I seen stuff. I'm also an ordained bishop, and I asked the Lord why he gave me that stuff. He said to make a kinder heart on me.
I can.
So I
can
see him
see
back in time. A couple times I feel like any time I could have just walked back to that time. Friend said to me when I was a young teenager, said I was born 100 years too late.
You know, not to make light of that, but you know, I've been saying that about myself for years. I've either born 100 years too late or 300 years too early.
Yeah. Well, people said that about me. It was, but anyway, I just thought I'd call and tell you that good one. And I'll share with, if it's dark, I can call back later out about the haunted house in Indianapolis. The 4 haunted house, I'll tell you about the worstest one.
Okay.
That's a scary one. But that one should be done at night.
As with all good ghost stories.
And it's every bit as good as this one.
All right.
Y'all take care. Talk to you in a little while.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for the story.
Great.
Oh, you know, that's what I love. I love people calling in, telling about their personal ghost stories or experiences that have happened to them. And of course, you can always do that 855-586-9134. I want to thank that gentleman for calling in. Appreciate that.
You know, a lot of people come to me and they say, I want to believe, but I'm not sure. But there's always that. I saw something in the corner of my eye, and somebody could write a book on that. The corner of my eye. How many times do you hear that? I was in a room
constantly,
and in the corner of my eye, I thought I saw something, and I just, I just let it go as, nothing. Nothing. And it's just, I hear that, especially with Dinner with a Ghost and, places that we've been and, the stories people tell. So, we're an audience of people that, can't wait to say, hey, the other day or 10 years ago, whatever, the only experience I had was in my parents' home. And, I was alone one night and in the corner of my eye, I thought I saw somebody walk into the room. And I looked away and I looked back and nothing was there. And I just, always wondered. So, the old corner. Yeah.
I think the majority of us, whether we want to admit it out loud or not, have seen something similar.
Oh, sure.
Sure. And, some of us, of course, react differently. Nope, didn't see anything. Nope, just a trick of the light, and move on with life. Others, like you, like me, are actively looking around for exactly what that was.
Yeah, but what we have a lot of the times at Dinner with a Ghost is I get more people that don't believe. Mm-hmm. And they're there to, answer some questions that they've always had. And when they're sitting there, we had a couple in Gold Point 2 years ago that, they ran one of the I think they were involved with the Goldfield Hotel in Goldfield, Nevada, and they were telling me that, they want to believe, they really never saw anything. And that particular night, something happened. Mm-hmm. A salt shaker came across the table. And, where we hold the Dinner with a Ghost in Gold Point is in a old general store. So in the general store, there's still old pots and pans hanging from the ceiling, and this salt shaker came across the room and hit an old iron frying pan, and it made a gong sound. And I never saw two people get out of their chair and run out of the room so quick in my whole life than those two. Never hurt.
Don't always ask what you don't really want.
Yeah.
We want to believe. Now we do. We're out of here.
Well, they wonder, when we do Dinner with the Ghosts and things happen, when they happen, nothing's programmed. In fact, every time, for instance, we do Gettysburg, it's always something different. They're not waiting for us, put it that way.
Uh-huh.
And, this last time, a Confederate soldier approached Justin during dinner and spoke out. We use the obvious, we use some other things too. And he let us know in so many words that he was a Confederate soldier. And he was sad. He was looking for his brother and his father. And he wanted to apologize to them. And this went on for an hour, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to apologize to them. And, through questions back and forth, he wanted to apologize because they were fighting against each other. His brother and his father were on the Union, and he was a Confederate. And he wanted to apologize for, the shooting at him and for everything, that distress that he's caused his family. Their beliefs were different, and he had to do what he had to do. And, he wanted to get that point across to his father.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just things like that. And, an hour in time, 150 years back in history, somebody came forward, in 2018, so it's things like that. And I think Justin thinks I'm getting a little soft because, back in the days where things happen like this, we're jumping out of our skin, saying, oh, this is cool. This is absolutely. And, the people are, in their seats and their jaws are down on the table. And it's more of, you're there to just absorb and observe. I mean, it's incredible stuff when you could talk to somebody 150 years ago, 200 years ago. It's a little bit different, and it's not fearful. It's nothing. And we tell the people, they're just people. Don't be afraid. Talk to them. Talk to them.
Talk to them. Talk to us. We want to have you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or else can you talk to people like that? So
I don't know, John. But hang on just a minute. Got to go off to a break, and we'll be back. This is John Cushman. He's Dinner with the Ghost. I failed to mention that at the beginning of the program. God, bad radio host. Bad radio host. We'll be back. It is Ghost Stories.
Well, I run through rainbows and castles of candy. I cried a river of tears from the pain. I try to dance with what life has to hand me. My partner's been pleasure, my partner's been pain.
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Countless authors have trusted Dorrance for nearly 100 years to bring their book to the market. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your free author's guide to publishing. Don't wait another day. Take one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a published author and seeing your name in print. You've already written a book, so the next thing to do is make this free call right now to Dorrance Publishing and get your free guide to publishing. Call right now.
800-485-6904. 800-485-6904. That's 800-485-6904.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-298-5783. 800-298-5783. 800-298-5783. That's 800-298-5783.
Hey, where's the exit at, man? Am I even in needles, man? I know the healing center's around here somewhere. Cheech told me it's the best cannabis dispensary in town, man. I'll pull a car to this gas station and ask somebody. Hey, man, do you know where the healing center is, man? They're the best recreational and medical cannabis dispensary in the tri-state area. They're really cool people, too. They have $5 pre-rolls, $20 ace, and $150 house ounces. They're open 6 to 10, 7 days a week. Hey, man, this isn't a gas station. This is the healing center. Far out. I'm at 1400 Needles Highway, Suite 100. Mention this ad and receive a free pipe or call 760-447-2663. Hey, tell a friend.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open.
Not for very much longer.
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. On the line, we have John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost. See, I corrected my actions. Welcome back, John. Glad to have you. Now, I'm going to interrupt your story just for a moment because I know something. I know something. Well, I know a lot of things, but you're packing up and getting ready to go to my number 2 place on my bucket list.
There you go. Gettysburg.
What are you going to be doing in Gettysburg?
I don't want to rub it in.
Oh, that's okay. Rub it in all you want, man. It's motivation for me now.
See, and I can motivate you quite a few times this year. So, the Inn at Harwich that's where we're going to be.
Okay.
The Inn at Harwich was the Confederate stronghold during the Battle of Gettysburg, that 3-day period. And the inn itself was the hospital during the battle and after the battle. So, very, very active place. We do Dinner with a Ghost. And this is an all original building too. We do it in the wine cellar, and very, very cool place. Very cool place. Smack dab in the middle of the battlefield. So very nice. So yeah. Oh yeah. When you come out, I'll give you a personal tour.
What? Yeah. I'm going to spend a week there. I have a couple of different ghost hunting groups I have to meet up out there. You're one of them, and yeah, it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun. Now all I have to do is just save that penny a day, and maybe I'll get out there next year.
The second you come into that town, and it's for a farm town, it's fairly big. The battlefield, it was the farmland, and the battle raged not only on the farmland but throughout the town, and incredible. 53,000 died in that 3 days, and if you can imagine 12,000 horses. Now, what did it take to put all that away?
Right.
It took almost 2 years. 2 years.
Wow.
And you can imagine. So, and no Southern soldier would be buried there. They wouldn't allow it, meaning the Southerners wouldn't allow it. Confederates would not be buried in the enemy's ground. So they would hire contractors at 35 cents a body to come up and retrieve all these soldiers. And a lot of them were shallow graved, obviously, because, sitting around that long, it had to be, and the heat and humidity, it had to be incredible. Had to be incredible. So, I have visited Gettysburg now for over 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
40 years, and not much has changed, and that's what makes it so great. They protect it, especially with all the the latest stuff with the tearing down of statues and this and that, and they put out bulletins, don't come here and do that. History is history. Well,
exactly.
History is history, Rob, and it's there to be protected so people can learn from it.
Absolutely.
Not tear it down, and it's, and that goes for every place in the U.S. Don't tear it down. Have your beliefs and stuff, but don't destroy history. So.
Well, those who, and it's a good speech, and it's a wise speech, because those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. And
absolutely,
and that's been a warning throughout time.
Now the other thing that the Herridge bed and breakfast have, believe it or not, it was a stop off point for the Underground Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that when we first got there, and the owner, Stephen, took me down to the wine cellar, show me, where we would set up and, how we would do things. He goes, I want to show you something. I go, what? And we walked into one of the side rooms, it looked like a meeting room with a big banquet table in there. And he pushes on the fireplace. That fireplace swung around. And that's where it was. That's where they would put slaves going to Canada. That they were one of the final stopping off points going north. So it pretty cool. And believe it or not, we do some of the investigation in there. So when people come in, they know nothing about it. And when we start talking about it and do what Steve did to us, it's they're ready and their jaws are dropping, and they, like us, we were shocked to see it. It was great. It was absolutely great. So, yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go.
I don't want to say fish in a barrel, but a lot of. I don't care where you are on that ground. The stories are incredible. I've seen stuff, I've done stuff, and it's absolutely a stunning place to know that this piece of history happened there. It was the beginning of modern warfare. It's just unbelievable stuff. So.
And look, honestly, I'll say this, and because, yeah, right, like that would happen. But if I went out there, didn't experience anything paranormal, I would still cherish the visit because of the history.
The fact that you were there.
Mm-hmm.
I found the paranormal, years ago when I was there, and I never expected it. I don't know if I told you many shows ago that we were there in one of our trips out from California to Gettysburg during the summer. I would go out for 3 weeks, see the reenactments, do all that. And I normally took my children to one of the servant house, that particular morning to have the old fashioned pictures done of them with the uniforms on. along with, thousands of other people. If you can imagine what this place is like during Civil War week.
Right.
People are running around in uniforms. They have the reenactments. It's just like being there during that time. And we were in the servant house, and I had talked to the gal taking the pictures. I said, you know what? I've seen the tours at night. People take you around, say, point in the window, say, this is where this happened, and that's where that happened. And, that wasn't good enough for me for some reason that day. And I said, where does one go to be a part of it? And she goes, what do you mean? Where does one go to see actual stuff? And she got real quiet. She said to me, hey, John, do you really want this? And I'm like, you become intrigued right away. I go, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, there's two places in Gettysburg that you would go. One would be Culp's Hill, and one would be the wheat field. And of course, absolutely. She goes, and she snickered a little. I said, what is that about? She goes, I'll bet you right now you won't survive the night there. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, there are, the Gettysburg College and, that type of thing. They send, the plebes out there and to, try to spend the night there. And nobody ever makes it through the night. I said, oh, come on. I'll be fine. This would be great. I can't wait. And so, of course, I had my 2-year-old boy with me at that time, and grabbed him, ran across the street. I had my best friend there and his wife and their 2-year-old and my wife, and we sat down. He goes, what are you so hyped up about? Rocco was asking me, what's the deal here? Says, I have a place for us tonight to go to. Now, rules and regulations out there is you cannot be on the ground in the battlefield after 10 o'clock. They shut it down. Wow. Been a rule breaker pretty much all my life. So I told them what we're going to do. I had a rental van, and I knew how to use it. So, we had the 2 children to worry about. What are we going to do with the kids? So I went into a hotel, said, I'd like to arrange for a babysitter. And the guy looked at me like I had 2 heads. We don't have a babysitter. Is there service in town? No, there isn't. And I'm like, oh, man. So I went to break the news to everybody, and one of the maids from the hotel came up to me and said, we'll watch the kids. And she pointed her and another woman and said, we'd be happy to. And that was great. And come 8 o'clock at night, we all got in the van and headed to the wheat field. And the wheat field, we decided the wheat field, by the way, in case I didn't say that. We decided, let's go into the wheat field. There were many reasons for that. And we wound our way into it. It's just like you don't go down and make a left-hand turn.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the battlefield. You go way in. You go deep into this thing. There aren't houses. There aren't farms. There's nothing out here. And you wind your way around. It was daylight still. It was, 8 o'clock. It doesn't get dark for a while. And we got out there, and I parked. And my friend asked me, how late are we going to be here? I said, late. He goes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about somebody coming along, a park ranger, and say, what's the deal here? Well, I had that worked out in my mind before we pull up. So I opened the hood of the car, pulled a couple plugs, shut the hood, and tried the vehicle. Of course, it wouldn't start. And there you go. There's my answer. So we got out of this vehicle, and I know there's a major monument in the middle of this battlefield, and that's where we would make our center point. We would go out there, we'd sit on the monument, and we would listen and watch. And it was still light out. You had Little Round Top to your right, and this is big stuff here. Wheatfield was famous for, of course, the battle. But one of the things that happened during the battle, one of the First Minnesota Union, First Minnesota had made a charge with bad direction. They went up through the breach. That's where both sides are shooting at each other, and they went through the middle of this breach.
Ooh.
And like 8,000 of them died in minutes. Minutes. And that's what makes that place. The wheat field, when people say wheat field in Gettysburg, it's all in capital letters. It's not capital W and small letters after that. It's the only wheat field that is ever spelled in capital letters to depict the history that took place there. So here we are on the monument. And Rocco looked at me, so let's go look around for a while. So we went, left the girls there sitting on the monument, and we went out and just went over towards, Little Round Top, and, took some time and, got probably a couple thousand feet away from the girls. And believe it or not, it started getting dark. They predicted it for that night. So it was going to get dark, and we could hear the girls screaming for us, where are you guys, that type of thing. It was, not quite in that pleasant tone. So we showed back up, and they're already panicking. I go, what's up? Where you guys been? The whole routine. Anyway, so they were telling us they heard dogs howling, and his wife said that they heard drums. And that's all cool and everything. And we sat down with them, and the night started to go on at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and full moon, believe it or not. And you could see on Little Round Top to the right of us, there was a fog. There was a fog coming down the mountain. It was very cool, very cool. It looked like a blanket. And it's coming down, and believe it or not, it was coming down towards us. And I said, Rocco, if that comes down to us, we might not find our way back to our vehicle, because we followed a path to get to that monument. And we stood up. I said, I think let's go back to the RV. We'll sit there and we'll watch. And we're still smack dab in the middle of everything. So by then the fog was already down, and it was about 4 feet off the ground. That's all it was. It was like ground fog. Freezing cold on the bottom and 100 degrees and humid up top. It was very, very different. But we managed to make it back to the van. I sat on the front bumper along with Rocco, and the girls sat at the side of the van. And we're just sitting there and watching and observing, and all of a sudden, boom! A rock hits that van. It was so loud and so abrasive, and the girls are screaming, trying to get the van door open, and then again, boom! Another rock hits. And they're beside themselves. They try to get into the van. They can't get the door open. They're screaming. They swung that door open. They got in there, slammed the door shut. And, of course, only 4 letter words were spoken at that time.
Of course.
About, we need to get out of here.
Well, hang on to that thought, John, because I've got to go off to a break.
All right.
We'll be back. It is Ghost Stories. We're going to finish up the story. I know this story. I've heard it before, but I can listen to it over and over again. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. That's John. He's with Dinner with a Ghost.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now. and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
You've probably heard about the health benefits of fish oil. Well, today, the fine makers from Nutristand.com, the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man, have a great offer for you. Protect Omega, the highest grade fish oil for a very low price. Studies show omega-3 fatty acids may help reduce heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, and reduce the likelihood of stroke or heart attack. But did you know fish oil supports brain health? In fact, fresh fish contains a special oil called DHA. So important to brain health, it's added to baby formula to support healthy brain development. So, how does one choose which fish oil supplement to take? What makes Protect Omega stand out among the competition is the high dose of DHA. DHA is found in high concentrations in the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and it facilitates electrical impulses that are critical in these areas. From Protect Omega, not only are you getting all the benefits for your heart and cardiovascular system, you're also getting a boost to brain power and development. So give Protect Omega from Nutristand a try today. Now, for that special offer, if you go to Nutristand.com right now and order a bottle of Protect Omega, it is 25% off. Enter the promo code RADIO at checkout and you'll get free shipping. But here's the real showstopper. Sign up for auto ship and any product you buy from Nutristand will be 50% off. That's right. Get the best in fish oil supplements and order it today for 50% off if you sign up for auto ship, and you can still enter the promo code RADIO for free shipping. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel anytime. Visit Nutristand.com, 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 the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man. Take a stand for your health. Visit Nutristand.com today.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open. And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. Online, we have John Cushman. Welcome back, John. He's with Dinner with the Ghost.
Hey.
And, we're talking about one of his first experiences in Gettysburg, the battle site. If you love the Civil War history like I do, I find this fascinating anyway. But when we went off to the break, for those of you with short attention spans like me, John was describing trying to get back into the van with under fire, so it would seem.
It was under fire. Come on. So basically, the girls got into the vehicle, like I said, and like I said, also, the 4-letter words were flying about, something about getting out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at them and I said, no, you're safe in the van, and let's not worry about it. So about 5 minutes later, another rock hit, and just, oh my God, and they're screaming and carrying on, and I wanted to talk. I turned to Rocco and I said, he wasn't there. He was one of the guys in the van, got into the van, and he's screaming and crying also about getting out of there. I turned to get some advice from him, and he's already in the van carrying on. So I flip open the hood, hook the wires back up, get in the vehicle, and of course they're just, continuing the lovely language of getting out of there. And I start up the van, flip the lights on, and I couldn't shut off the interior lights for some reason. I do remember that. And I put it in gear, and I could barely get the vehicle to move for whatever reason. And it was grueling trying to get out of there. It took us at the 3-4 miles, whatever I did to the van screw up by disconnecting that stuff. It took us quite a while to get out of it, but we were moving. And it took about 35, 40 minutes to get out of there, and we got up onto the main road. And that van, for whatever reason, was fine at that point. Don't know, don't want to know why that van was moving at 3 or 4 miles. So I said, look, you guys could probably use a beer. You could probably use a drink. So there's a local, like, you know, a 7-Eleven, Circle K type of place up at the corner. And I took everybody up there, and the lights were bright, and, you know, everybody's safe. And I got out of the van. I wanted to see how much damage was done to that vehicle, because it was loud and it was noisy, and there were rocks and probably damaged the van, and I was glad I got the insurance. Anyway, so I got out, looked at the van. There wasn't a scratch or mark on that whole thing. And as I examined the lower half of the van, I, you know, checked it all out, and I stood up, and I couldn't believe what I saw. One of those rocks was on top of the van, just sitting there. You know, we got through the park and out to the main road and all the way down to this location, and that rock is still on top of the vehicle. It's pretty cool stuff. And, you know, of course, I grabbed it and put it away. You know, as a memento I could bring out every so often. And, you know, the moral of the story is, you know, of course, the next day came. I said, man, I'd really like to go to Culp's Hill tonight. And, you know, of course, that wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't going to happen. You know, of course, got all the no's and stuff. And I said, well, at least let's go by the wheat field. It's daylight. There are other people there. Let me go there and take some pictures, you know, just as a memento. So, you know, we got that done. And, you know, back in the days where you didn't have digital anything, you know, we actually got prints, you know, a 5x7 picture, you know, you had developed at, you know, Walgreens. Anyway, so I had the pictures developed, went to pay for them. And the guy told me, you don't really have to pay for these. You know, we could throw them away. You could keep them, but nothing really got developed. I go, you're kidding me. So he hands me the packet, and I open it up, and without giving him reaction, and him not knowing what could potentially be in those pictures, it was incredible. One of the pictures I took was a cannon, and around that cannon was a figure standing there. And that cannon, believe it or not, that night was facing the vehicle. So I figured that was a clue not to take anybody to the wheat field like your wives. Because one of the things that happened that night, my wife and my friend's wife ended up telling us on the way home that they had to go to the bathroom, and they, you know, peed alongside the monument. And, you know, I, as pissed off as I was, literally, I'm figuring that's the reason we got rocks thrown at us. You know, you never know. You never know. But definitely a moment in time, and a lot of things, you know, since then. It's I don't know if that was a break into the paranormal at that time, but so I went to the servant house that next morning, and I walked in the door, and she started laughing. She goes, "You didn't make it through the night." I go, "You know, no." And I told her the whole story, and she goes, "See." And she, you know, as I was getting ready to leave, she goes, "Let me tell you something real quick." And I go, "Okay." couple times a month. She has a home. First of all, near the battlefield. Well, it's all battlefield, and a couple times a month, she'll look out her bathroom window and see soldiers doing drills. I go, you got to be kidding me. That's got to be incredible. She goes, incredible the first 5 or 6 times, but she's lived there most of her life, and she sees this all the time. And I go, how many people do you tell this? She tells me, nobody. She goes, you're one of the first. You're one of the first. Just because you took such an active interest, just by saying, what's different besides the walk around tours, that type of thing. So they took an active interest. So cool place, Rob. Cool place. And when you come, we're going. We're going. I'll rent the van. I swear.
We'll rent the van and recreate that night. Wonderful.
Oh man, I just come on.
Oh my goodness. And like I said, if I go out there and nothing paranormal happens the entire night, just being out there, period. Walking the same steps as ancestors and whatnot and so forth. That just the whole thing would be just absolutely wonderful.
Well, just standing on the wall at Pickett's Charge, watching and wondering, 15,000 men side by side. They weren't in rows; they were side by side.
Right.
And it took up about a mile and a half. And they did, when they charged after 2 hours of cannon fire, and they obliqued as they moved. So they were constantly moving inward on both sides. And they moved quickly towards the end. And as they moved quickly towards the end, the thing that Lee never expected and Pickett never expected was an 8-foot fence. An 8-foot fence that would slow them down and stop them. And it was like fish in a barrel for the Union to be shooting at them. Canister fire and cannon fire, and it definitely somebody didn't do their homework. It was bad for them. So,
well, I've seen a couple of different documentaries. One of the best ones, of course, is the PBS documentary of the Battle of Gettysburg. And matter of fact, it's called Gettysburg.
Shocker there.
Yeah, really. But the entire battle was a mistake to begin with.
Right.
And of course, in hindsight, and misinterpreted orders or too timid of reactions. I mean, over the course of 3 days, it could have gone either way the entire time. But in the end, it was a mess.
Absolutely. For the Confederates, Stewart was up north getting his, picture in the paper, and Lee was left without his eyes. And Stewart was, the cavalry for the Confederates. So they showed up, and the Union was hot on their trail, so they had to make a decision. Is this good ground to fight on?
Right.
The battle was going to happen, because Lee's original thing was they were going to walk into Gettysburg, cut across, come down to Chambersburg Pike into Washington, D.C., and Lee was going to lay the letter of surrender for the Union on Lincoln's desk. That was, his whole plan.
Right.
They were going to come down into D.C. So, that was 45 miles short. So, and that's where it happened.
Yeah, and it was the true turning point of the entire Civil War. Of course.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I won't say it turned into defeat after defeat for the Confederacy, but it was definitely the beginning of the end.
Well, Lee was on the run after that. You know, during the night of the 4th of July, by the way, he, you know, wanted to get all his troops back over the Potomac, you know, get out of the enemy land and into friendly surroundings. And from that point on, he was on the run constantly. You know, Grant chased him. And he had Grant up north and Sherman down south, burning down the South. And, you know, one thing led to another. And guess what? Appomattox. And it wasn't over at Appomattox, but it was, you know, a good start. Good start.
Well, it was that was the pincer move.
Oh, please. You know, as much as people don't like how history is, and tear down, you know, the monuments. And it was one man who brought the war to an end. Lincoln was already shot and killed. One man came in and said, I'll do this. I'll go to the ones that want to go into the hills and do guerrilla warfare and carry on this war. You know, Johnston and a few of the other generals said, well, we're not going to surrender. We're going to continue this on. So Lee said, I'll do this. I'll end this war. It's over. And, you know, for the next, you know, several months, he went and met with all these generals and, you know, said it's time to put, you know, basically enough people have died. 600,000 some odd men. You know, it wasn't all about slavery. It was about states' rights. And, you know, it was putting a country back together. You know, after assassination of a president that got everybody through the Civil War. And Lee stepped up. The enemy stepped up to end the war. And he did. He ended it. He ended the war. Broken and, you know, poor and everything else. But he stepped in and ended this battle. No guerrilla warfare, no nothing. And that was the war. I mean, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's my story.
You know,
I'm sticking to it.
I hadn't heard that part.
Yes.
I didn't know. Well, see, this is why I consult with Civil War professionals like you, because you don't hear that in the history books. You really don't. You really don't. Yet
people want to go tear a statue down.
Yeah, that's something I will never in my life understand. I don't care what side of the conflict you were on. The history is there to remind us that it happened, and it probably is not a good idea to repeat it.
No, it's not. It's not. And without him, it could have gone on for years.
And really never really settled either. And I understand that.
It's not like when Lee surrendered at Appomattox, he picked up his cell phone and put out the word to all his generals that this thing was over.
Exactly.
You know, and it took time. Even with Appomattox, it took time to get the word out. You know, all these soldiers put down their weapons and they were going home. But everywhere else in the nation, war still raged. So
absolutely. All right, John, hang on. Got to head up to top of the hour. We'll be right back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson.
KTOX and K281CR Needles.
If you're just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talk.
Bring you up to date on the news.
Storm damage, tariffs, and trading. I'm Evan Haining. There was more flooding in the South this weekend. People in New Orleans awoke to flooded streets.
Mississippians saw a similar sight. Flooded roads left people stranded in Biloxi. Residents called loved ones as they loaded into rescue boats on Sunday. First responders carried stranded residents and their pets to nearby shelters.
And AccuWeather estimates the cost of Missouri River flooding in Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas at $12.5 billion, which rivals damage from 2011's Hurricane Irene and Matthew in 2016. Well, now that President Trump raised tariffs on Chinese imports from 10 to 25%, White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow tells Fox News Sunday he believes Beijing will retaliate soon.
The expected countermeasures have not yet materialized. We may know more today or even this evening or tomorrow. I reckon they will. We'll see what they come up with.
Fears of an all-out trade war sent the market sharply lower last week. Correspondent Allison Cossack says this week, tariffs will likely be a hot topic when Walmart reports its earnings.
Last fall, the world's biggest retailer asked the Trump administration to pull back on tariffs, warning they would hurt its customers, its suppliers, and the U.S. economy. So has that happened? Well, we'll see what the company says on Thursday. But its stock price has held up. Shares of Walmart have gained about 20% over the past year.
The United Arab Emirates says 4 ships were attacked off its eastern coast. Correspondent Nick Robertson lists the U.S. military assets that were already headed that way.
You have the carrier battle group on the way here. You have an amphibious assault ship on the way here, a guided missile destroyer vessel on the way here, a cargo ship additionally on the way, all U.S. Navy, of course, the Patriot missile system on the way here, and the B-52s on their way to the region as well.
I'm Evan Haining.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Sponsored by Case Legal Media. Attention. This is an important message for anyone that has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. The Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto, the manufacturer of Roundup, may have known that Roundup and other weed killers were likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to warn of the potential risk of cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call us now at 800-716-0457. Our network of attorneys are ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call now for a free consultation at 800-716-0457. You must protect your legal rights. Call 800-716-0457. Again, 800-716-0457.
Are you looking for a new ride? Schwantes offers Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, cars, SUVs, and Ram trucks. They also have the biggest selection of inventory used vehicles in the area. Whether it's Ram, Bighorn, Wrangler, Dodge, Charger, or Chrysler 300, Schwantes of Bullhead City is a premier source in the tri-state area. Come down and talk to Schwantes staff member for a buying experience second to none. Schwantes of Bullhead City at 2494 Highway 95 or call 928-444-8845.
Here in the U.S., you can name your child pretty much anything you want, but creative naming and weird spelling won't fly in other parts of the world. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht, and I'll be back in just a moment with some surprising laws about baby names.
Privacy is under attack. When you give up data about yourself, you'll never get it back again. And once your privacy is gone, you'll find your freedoms will start to vanish too. So protect your rights, say no to surveillance, and keep your information to yourself. Privacy, it's worth hanging on to. This message is brought to you by StartPage.com, the private search engine alternative to Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Start over with StartPage.
Is it a girl or a boy? In Denmark and Germany, you should be able to tell by the baby's name. It's the law. For example, the name Matti is verboten in Germany because it could cause gender confusion. Several countries won't allow names considered harmful to a child's self-image. The names Adolf Hitler and Satan are banned in New Zealand, which might be understandable. But fans of the King of Rock and Roll might wonder why the name Elvis has been rejected in Sweden. What's not surprising is that Chinese baby naming laws reflect the country's control agenda. Parents must give newborns names that can be easily scanned by a computer for the country's national ID card program. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht for StartPage.com, the world's most private search engine.
Hi, my name is Carl. I work at Los Lagos Golf Course in Fort Mojave. It's a Cinderella story. I rose out of the ashes of bushwood and made it all the way to the top. At Los Lagos, the fairways and greens are immaculate, and the food is top-notch. Tuesday's taco night, Wednesday's barbecue ribs, all you can eat. Beer batter fish caught on Thursday, all from 5 to 7 p.m. And I can watch Shauna on the putting greens. She's a minx. Take boundary comb toward Oatman and turn left on Entrada via Verde, or call 928-768-7778.
Now, the K-Tox 1340 and FM 104.1 tri-state weather. It's 90 and partly cloudy. Wind is from the north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with a low in the upper 60s. Wind will be from the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, sunny with a high around 102. Tomorrow night, clear with the low in the low 70s. That's your tri-state weather on K-Talks and FM 104.1.
From the K2X studios in Needles, California, with Reuben Broadcasting and Pirate Web Radio Productions, it is now time for Ghost Stories with Rob Hanson.
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. If you want to watch this live streamed to the internet at www.robsghoststories.com, just click on watch. You'll get to see that live. Now, something interesting about the cameras. I don't remember how many weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, had some folks on, and I don't know if it was about 2 hours in or what it was, but definitely caught some weird activity going on. And I'm not usually a great believer in orbs. However, what we saw and what we captured there was pretty weird. I saw an orb fly through the chair I'm sitting in and then just disappear at the microphone, and then reappear again, and then do a heart shape and then disappear. And of course, had all sorts of activity over there on Crazy Bear. You can see that over my this would be my right shoulder, and then you can see the REM pod over there as well. Anyway, on the line, waiting patiently for me to quit yammering on, is John Cushman with Dinner with a Ghost. Welcome back, John. And,
hey, pal. Thanks.
You know, I really do like this because I'm in a haunted radio station.
Well, yeah.
You got to have some forms of people to experience it with you. Just like, I mean, something weird happened. Something touched my shoulder. Did you see anything? And now I can say, did you see anything touch my shoulder? Did you see that going by me? I had a friend of mine who likes to come down here, and she sits off to the side and just watches me make a fool out of myself on the radio. And she says, you were talking, and then all of a sudden there was a shadow running back and forth behind your chair. It's like, okay, you saw my short shadow guy. Nice. Want to see pictures of him? No. So you never know what's going to happen here. You never know what you're going to see on the camera. So good idea to tune in and watch that. Of course, they are all saved, so you can go back and they're, you can download them too. That's I have it set so you can download it and play with it and do whatever you want with it. Make your own Ghost Stories mashup if you want. That's an idea.
Yeah.
People with a lot more talent than I have. Anyway, John Cushman, he is with Dinner with a Ghost, and of course he's heading off right now to Gettysburg. We've talked about Gettysburg for 45 minutes, and there's never enough time in the world to talk about Gettysburg. I could sit down and talk about Gettysburg all the time, but John's a busy man. I'll tell you the reason why John's a busy man. He not only goes to Gettysburg, he comes back out this way a couple of times a year and does locations in Nevada, Arizona, California, and then works his way back east. And holy smokes, what's your itinerary looking like now? Now that you're getting things firmed up.
Well, as you know, a lot of people want us to come back, but it's a long way to travel unless you have quite a few locations lined up. I'm working with a friend of yours right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with some people in Arizona, people in Nevada. So we're looking at August coming back and doing some events and some shows there. Of course, it looks good. It looks good. We are, as you saw from our schedule, it's a pretty full schedule.
Oh yeah,
with a lot of new great locations. Places like Deadwood, South Dakota, over at the Bullock Hotel.
Oh.
Very historic. Absolutely. And if that's not good enough for you, then I'm going to say the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. I don't know if you're familiar with the Corn Palace, but it's never been done. So, I introduced Dinner with a Ghost to, the management there, and they said, absolutely. And, nobody's ever approached us like this. And the place is historic. I mean, it's been there forever. Forever. Of course, I went after Wall Drugs, and they of course said, we don't have that kind of space. I've been in that place several times. And there are, you feel it when you go in, Rob, to some of these places. And like doing the Mid-Spa Hotel in Tonopah, Nevada, I knew the second I walked through the door that this 111-year-old hotel was one of these spots to do.
Right.
Just by walking in the door. It just, you feel it. You feel it. And, kind of like Gettysburg. You just get out of your car in Gettysburg. It's electricity. But there's always something about these places, people, I've run across people who say, well, that building there is only 50 years old. Well, what was it prior to that? What was on the grounds prior to that makes this place so haunted? And I get that with a lot of residentials. People call me constantly, can you come and help us? Can you come and help us? And what I do with a lot of those, I get a hold of people that I've dealt with in California, in Nevada, and some of these places. Do me a favor, I have a location for you. I'd like you to go out and check it out. So I have people doing residentials. It's certainly we can't do Dinner with Ghosts there, and that's what I concentrate on. Dinner with the Ghosts is a big event. The table itself is 28 feet by 12 feet, if you can imagine that, and it sits 20. It takes 10 hours to set up. 10 hours to set that table.
Wow.
And that's why I can't wait for you to sit down and experience.
Oh, absolutely.
The Dinner with a Ghost experience.
Oh, believe me, it's going to happen.
I know
it is going to happen. And guess what? I now have a vehicle capable of reaching some of the closer places.
Stop that talk.
Oh, I'm not stopping that talk. I'm continuing on. I have a vehicle now that has the range to actually make it to some place other than just this radio station. So, I'm planning, I'm calculating. Let's see, I think I can get away with this and this. Yeah. Okay. We're there. So stay tuned for that one.
You concentrate. You could be there in 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
Just, turn right at California and keep going. Just keep going.
Well, I'm lucky where my actual starting point would be Bullhead City, Arizona, but that's all right. We'll keep calling it Needles, California, just for a geological location. But one of the things, and I hinted at this at the beginning of the program. I'm going to take the focus off you just for a little bit. I'm actually
absolutely.
I'm going to do this. And as I explained at the beginning of the program, my father passed away last week, and I'm not going to say I am not grieving. I am definitely grieving, but I am relieved in a lot of ways because he was very, very, very ill, and a lot of prayers for relief of pain, relief of suffering went, and all those were answered and more. But the primary thing I want to talk about is almost the moment my dad passed. We were there, my sister, her kids, myself, my kids. We were there. We were gathered around. We were telling my dad how much we loved him, how it's okay, it's all right, everything's good. And I had my back turned to his bed, and I was fiddling with something by the TV. I don't even remember what I was doing. It doesn't matter what I was doing. But I heard his physical body gasp. And then I heard my name called at just about the same moment. And the kids heard their names called. My sister heard my name called. And I knew at that point. I heard my name called. I spun around because, somebody says, Rob, you're going to pay attention, right? Especially when it's your dad talking. And he was gone at that moment. Have you ever heard of anything like that before?
No. And you hear stories about people, with their parents or, family member at the last moments. And everybody's got a story to tell. This happened, that happened. You would always hope. It's like my father in 2012 was scheduled for major open heart surgery at 90 years old. Really? You're going to, like I said, I sat with a surgeon. It was done up in the state of Washington, and I went up and I sat with the surgeon, and he tells me, oh, he's pretty strong for a guy of 90 years old. I go, what? 90 years old, and you're going to crack his ribs open. If you don't crack him open, how long does he have? Well, we don't really know. He had a bad valve. He needed a valve job, and he told me he wanted the quality of life, and he was willing to take the chance for that. There was a procedure that they would go through the armpit. Insurance did not allow that, but yet they were going to spend all this money to crack his chest open. So he went through the surgery, and he came out of it. He did come out of it, and there were some difficulties for him. He had problems swallowing, and they had a tube down his throat. And they said they were going to take him off to a rehab location in the next couple days.
Okay, well, hang on to that thought. Got to take a break.
Rehab.
Yeah, hang on to the rehab. We'll be back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. This is John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost. And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
You've probably heard about the health benefits of fish oil. Well, today, the fine makers from Nutristand.com, the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man, have a great offer for you. Protect Omega, the highest grade fish oil for a very low price. Studies show omega-3 fatty acids may help reduce heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, and reduce the likelihood of stroke or heart attack. But did you know fish oil supports brain health? In fact, fresh fish contains a special oil called DHA, so important to brain health, it's added to baby formula to support healthy brain development. So, how does one choose which fish oil supplement to take? What makes Protect Omega stand out among the competition is the high dose of DHA. DHA is found in high concentrations in the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and it facilitates electrical impulses that are critical in these areas. From Protect Omega, not only are you getting all the benefits for your heart and cardiovascular system, you're also getting a boost to brain power and development. So give Protect Omega from Nutristand a try today. Now, for that special offer, if you go to Nutristand.com right now and order a bottle of Protect Omega, it is 25% off. Enter the promo code RADIO at checkout and you'll get free shipping. But here's the real showstopper. Sign up for auto ship and any product you buy from Nutristand will be 50% off. That's right. Get the best in fish oil supplements and order it today for 50% off if you sign up for auto ship. And you can still enter the promo code RADIO for free shipping. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee and you can cancel anytime. Visit Nutristand.com, 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 the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man. Take a stand for your health. Visit Nutristand.com today.
Spirit Mountain Casino, where the good times never end. Spirit Mountain Casino, you'll be back again and again. Make a run to the mountain, day or night. Come on, catch the spirit, anytime is just right. Spirit Mountain Casino, be a winner again and again.
Spirit Mountain Casino is conveniently located 8555 Highway 95 in Mojave Valley. Their selection of slot machines and table games offers something for every player. The Mesquite Grill, which features street tacos, boasts a fantastic breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu, and don't forget the full bar where cold beer is always on hand. If you're coming off the road, you can stay with us at Spirit Mountain RV Park. Spirit Mountain Casino at 8555 Highway 95 in Mojave Valley.
Spirit Mountain Casino, be a winner again and again.
Owned and operated by the Fort Mojave Indian Tribe.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open.
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson, and on the line we have John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost. Welcome back, John. And as we went to the break, we were talking about your father, who had just gone to air quote rehab.
Rehab.
Yeah.
And I felt, yeah. And I felt that, that was good. That was good. And I felt I could, comfortably leave. My sister who lived up near him took care of him for the last 30 years, checking in on him and, making sure he's okay. And, I got up close to Dad and I said, and I whispered at him, I said, you need to get out of here. You need to get your, together and get out. Because, the political stuff that happens in hospitals sometimes.
Oh, wow.
And I wished him well, and I'd check in on him after he got out of rehab, and et cetera, et cetera. Went back to Las Vegas, where I was living at the time, and, went back to work and, moving along. And 2 days later, during the night, I had abruptly woke up for whatever reason, thinking about Dad. Just abruptly woke up, boom, wide awake, and sat up, and about 5 minutes later, the phone rang. This is 3:15 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And it was my sister Amy saying Dad had a massive stroke, and he was gone. whatever happened 15 minutes prior to that got me awake and prepared for that. I don't know if that was him doing that or what. And that was my thoughts on that. So I do understand
what
you went through.
Absolutely. If that, I'm not going to say freaky because it wasn't freaky. I wasn't scared at all.
No.
Sad, absolutely. Oh, miserably, horribly sad. But one of the things people haven't picked up on is when I say my entire family was there, and when I mean my entire family was there, both living and dead.
Oh, absolutely.
It wasn't just a feeling of hopelessness. It was also a feeling of comfort and great love and great joy and homecoming, and feeling presence that I haven't felt in years and sometimes decades. It was a miracle, and for that I will be ever grateful.
Yeah. I think it was his way of telling you everything is fine.
Oh, yeah.
Called out your name for the last time.
Yeah. And I think so too. And just, Rob, pay attention. It's time.
Yeah.
Wake up, and my dad was a great believer in the paranormal. He would tell me stories of his experiences and whatnot. And I should have gone back into the archives and pulled that one to play tonight. I'll do that next week. But he's called the program, told one story. I mean, he's told me many other in private, but I also have a feeling he wanted to have something for me to talk about as well. And that was
absolutely.
That actually was the way Dad did things. It really was. Yeah, I'll give you something to talk about. just you wait.
And the story continues. And
absolutely. And honestly, that night, with as peaceful as Dad went, it has allowed me to deal with the grief a whole heck of a lot better. It really has, and understand it a bit more. And I think doing this program and chasing down ghosts and whatnot, and so forth, have allowed me to look at death as just the next step in life.
Yes.
And
yes,
and therefore not be so afraid of it, not be so afraid of it for my loved ones or myself, for that matter, when that time comes. Hopefully it's still down the road quite a ways. I'd like to be around when my daughter graduates from college in 20 years or whenever she decides she wants to go to college. I'd like to be around, to see my other daughter do well in the Marines, but I don't have to worry about Dad, and that is such a comfort to me right now, and I think probably to the rest of the family as well. I don't know.
Well, he managed to get the word out at that last moment to all of them.
I think so. I think so. The only one who wasn't with us was my brother, physically, and but boy, I'll tell you what, thinking about him that hard, that much psychic energy, he had to feel something all the way back up in Wyoming as well. however you want to call it. But the thing is, with the paranormal, with the ghosts, with the spiritual side of it, it just, well, I'll tell you what, if you're in a ghost hunting and you don't believe in God, something's wrong with you.
Absolutely.
Because I just see the miracle every time my K2 meter goes off or my REM pod goes off. It's another little bit of evidence, or I hear those god awful things that scare the hell out of me, the EVPs, or I see something out of the corner of my eye, or I feel things like my upper body's sweating and my feet are freezing. It's just one of those, another notch or another bit of proof that I live in a universe that I'll never have the capacity on Earth to understand.
Well, somebody had stopped me after one of the events, and he said to me, "Do you believe in God?" And I asked him why, and he goes, "You don't talk about religion during this. We never talk about religion. Never. We make it a point because I don't want to insult, the Catholics or the Jews, or, say something that will offend that direction." So he asked me again, "Do you believe in God?" And I said, "I believe in somebody that had to create all this. This wasn't a small effort, to create all this, whatever that person is." I was raised a Catholic. I went to Catholic school, and, so I had it grilled into me all those years. And I approached in my 12th year in Catholic school, one of my priest teachers. I said, if Adam and Eve were so beautiful, here's two good-looking people, good-looking, where did the caveman fit into all this? he dumbfounded. And that's when I started wondering, wait a minute, you asked me a question, let me, answer me. You did not answer me. Like I said to that man that night, I said, I believe. And I explained to him that I was, brought up, I'm brothers and sisters and, Catholic school and, parents that were firm in their beliefs. And like I said, somebody had to create all this, all of it, whether it's paranormal, whatever, somebody created it all. We just didn't come up with it one day. If you believe in what you believe in, that there's a higher power that created all this, you didn't come up with it. He did. And that's what I told him. I said, it's something that I believe in, and, I believe you live in hell, all your trials and tribulations, all the things that you live for, all the people that die for. You see your friends, your family grow up. You see your parents die. You see, a child possibly die. And, it's horrid. And the gift that you earn is a place when you die, your greatest moment in life. I believe that's where you go to. That's your heaven. That's your heaven. That's your happiness. And if, during the course of your life, the tragedy of an airplane crash or whatever, or you fall, unfortunately you die in your sleep and you wander and you try to figure out where, what went wrong, for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
But you would hope most people end up in we hear about it all the time. Your happy place. Go to your happy place. And that has a lot of meaning. A lot of meaning. So people ask you, when you think of heaven, do you look up? And when you think of hell, you look down? Well, wait a minute. I thought, spiritually, it's in your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And souls are energy. So when you die, that energy doesn't die. It goes out there also. So we all want to figure out where that energy goes. We all want that.
Absolutely.
We all want that.
And I have plans for that.
You do.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely have plans for that. You know, you think this radio station's haunted now. You ain't seen nothing yet.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I have two places I want to haunt: my bedroom and this radio station. Take a nap for a couple of years, come down, haunt the radio station for a couple of years, go back, take a nap for a couple of years. You know, kind of go back and forth, keep people off balance.
Yeah, but if your energy has the ability to go anywhere, I think I'd like to go. You know, if it was in time, if you had the ability to move back and forth, I think you'd like to go to Gettysburg. And I know I rant and rave about it, but you know, it would be pretty cool to see that event happen.
And you know, you're right. And you know, who knows what we can do. I mean, you know, I told the kids when my dad passed, I told the kids, look, Dad's fine. Your papa's fine. He's not sick anymore. Matter of fact, he's probably up there with your grandmother right now, laughing at the great cosmic joke. Dying to share it.
Yeah.
Because he knows everybody else will laugh too. But, you know, and the kids look at me, of course, like I was nuts at the time. I said, it's okay.
Yeah, two heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're sad now. Something awful happened. Something happened that you didn't want to happen at all. But it's okay. He's not sick anymore. He's not. He doesn't have to worry about a bad heart. He doesn't have to worry about bad lungs. He doesn't have to worry about cancer. And guess what?
No.
Right now, he's not worrying about you either because he knows the outcome. And you'll be okay.
Yes. Yes.
And, you know,
absolutely.
You know, the kids, of course, still looked at me like I had two heads, but, you know, that's okay. But they remember the words. And, you know, my daughter a couple nights later came in, crawled into bed with me and said, you know, Dad, what you said is right. But, you know, I'm having a hard time grasping that he's gone. I said, well, you know, I understand that. That's grief, kid. Welcome to adult grief. You are old enough now to understand these things. And, you know, at a soul deep level. Yeah, I know, but I don't want it to happen. I said, what we want and what is are always two different things.
Oh, absolutely.
And until you can, until you can grasp that, you know, here we go. Here we are. And that's what causes the grief, kiddo. And you will work through it. You will get better. And you don't have to be angry. She looked at me and said, you know, Dad, you're right. I don't have to be angry. And I don't want to be angry. So I'm not going to be angry. I said, okay, good. Now that you've made that decision, go to bed.
Yeah, get out. Get out.
You know? And she immediately fell asleep on my bed. And I said, okay, fine. That's good. That's a good thing. And
you're the security blanket.
Of course I am.
The man with all the answers.
I don't want to toot my own horn, and I'm going to before we go to this break that's, you know, starting right now. But you know, there are not too many parents in the world that get both the Mother's Day cards and the Father's Day cards. I'm one of them. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. We'll be back right after these messages. Hang on.
You have probably heard about the health benefits of fish oil. Well, today, the fine makers from Nutristand.com, the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man, have a great offer for you. Protect Omega, the highest grade fish oil for a very low price. Studies show omega-3 fatty acids may help reduce heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, and reduce the likelihood of stroke or heart attack. But did you know fish oil supports brain health? In fact, fresh fish contains a special oil called DHA, so important to brain health, it's added to baby formula to support healthy brain development. So, how does one choose which fish oil supplement to take? What makes Protect Omega stand out among the competition is the high dose of DHA. DHA is found in high concentrations in the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and it facilitates electrical impulses that are critical in these areas. From Protect Omega, not only are you getting all the benefits for your heart and cardiovascular system, you're also getting a boost to brain power and development. So give Protect Omega from Nutristand a try today. Now, for that special offer, if you go to Nutristand.com right now and order a bottle of Protect Omega, it is 25% off. Enter the promo code RADIO at checkout and you'll get free shipping. But here's the real showstopper. Sign up for auto ship and any product you buy from Nutristand will be 50% off. That's right. Get the best in fish oil supplements and order it today for 50% off if you sign up for auto ship. And you can still enter the promo code RADIO for free shipping. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel anytime. Visit Nutristand.com, 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 the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man. Take a stand for your health. Visit Nutristand.com today.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0471. 800-245-0471. 800-245-0471. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0471.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open.
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. And on the line, of course, we have John Cushman. He's with Dinner with the Ghost. We're having a fascinating conversation about life, death, and, maybe what we can expect afterwards. Of course, none of us are experts on this. Me in particular, but, all we can do is make poorly educated guesses at this point.
That's right.
I hate to use even the educated guess because, like I said, I have a feeling that my dad's up there laughing at the cosmic joke, and if he's listening to this, he's probably laughing even harder now. Man, you just have no clue, do you?
Yeah, that Rob, he's going. That Rob's a trickster. He's talking to everybody up there.
Absolutely.
What a kidder.
Yeah. And it's okay. And it's okay. Like I said, it's good to talk about these things. It's definitely good to investigate it. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't, for those of you listening out there, if you haven't been on a real investigation, or you haven't got, and I'm not going to say the courage to do so, but at some point, hunt down John and Dinner with a Ghost, and sit down and have dinner and enjoy yourself and keep an open mind. But and you never know what you may experience.
Oh yeah.
You never know. You could end up having a dinner with one of the who came to dinner at Charlie Chaplin's place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
you expect certain people, and you think because history happened there, well, obviously this is what's going to happen. And a lot of the times it doesn't turn out that way. Yes, something happened, but it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Then you try to explain to somebody, well, it's going to happen tonight, right? No, nothing's not. It's funny. As many times as we have done certain locations, like Gold Point, for instance. We did that for 12 years, and every year it was different. It was different. Different. Never had things happen twice. Places like Charlie Chaplin. You get yourself ready for Charlie Chaplin. And, we really outdid ourselves that night. We had a video created about Charlie Chaplin's life, a 5-minute video so people understood. Hopefully it was a trigger object for Charlie and, ranting and raving about him and his life. And you figure, well, this will bring him out. Well, it didn't bring him out exactly. It brought other things out. And with that, things happened that night, and it's not what you think. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. So,
instead of bringing Charlie Chaplin out, you had Janis Joplin telling you to shut up.
It started with a dish that was thrown completely across the table in front of everybody. So it was 40 people seeing a plate come across the table. Everybody saw it come across, and it hit the floor, and it was loud. It was nasty. It did not break. It spun around on the floor, and ceramic. I would expect it on a tile floor. That thing would have broken. She was angry because she was trying to get sleep. She had rented the second floor of Charlie Chaplin's location, and she wasn't happy about the noise that was going on.
There you go.
Now, were we happy about her being pissed off? Absolutely. How does that happen? Absolutely. Right?
Let's go to the phones real quick. Ghost Stories, you are on the air. Welcome to the program.
Hi. Is this me?
It is you.
Okay, cool. So how do we get a hold of this John for Dinner with a Ghost?
Well, that's I'll
Is he in the local area here?
I'll let John answer that.
I can answer
still
that.
Get a hold of you soon.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah. www.dinnerwithaghost.com.
Dinnerwithaghost.com. Okay, cool. And are you in the local area here?
Well,
Okay, cool,
we will probably be out there towards August. We're on the East Coast right now. We're going to be in the Midwest in the next 2 weeks. So, we're working our way back out. We constantly have yeah. Well, I grew up in that hot season. I can't wait to get back to it.
I know. I love it.
We do keep a tour schedule constantly online on the site. So you'll be able to go on and see what's going on. And like I said, we're constantly on the move. We've been doing this Dinner with a Ghost for 15 years. And, like Rob said, it's something to be experienced.
We're really excited about this. So we'll probably be booking something with you as soon as you're back out here. We want to do that.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, great. Thank you.
And Rob, I'll be getting a hold of you soon. This is Kim, the one with the needle stuff. So I'll be at hold of you soon, Rob.
Okay, Kim. Anytime. You got my phone number. Don't you?
I do, sir.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you then.
Wonderful. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. 855-586-9134. Kim's a good person. She really is. So, yeah. It's good. And I'll tell you what, John, I've been saying this for a while, and there are, of course, the Gettysburg location. We won't talk about that right now because that'll just start another discussion about Gettysburg. And I'm sure everybody's bored with Gettysburg. No, we're not, Rob. But
that's right.
But when you come back, are you going to be heading up into? You're going to be. Do you have any locations up in Nevada that you're going to be doing?
Well, the Mitzvah will probably have us back.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking to them. Believe it or not, Red Fox's home in Las Vegas would like us to come back. And we've done that location a number of times. I'm sure your audience is familiar with Red Fox. If not,
Absolutely.
Sanford and Son. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he had a beautiful home there, and he tends to haunt it, and he tends to hate questions about the IRS too. So that's. It's really, believe it or not, it's really a sad story.
Mm-hmm.
He had owed the IRS $700,000, and they came in at the height of his career and took everything. Even the pictures of his children, they took everything. And his personal items, throughout his career. And so you go into his home there, which, and I'll tell you straight out, he's there. He is, if you can't hang on to it in life, guess what? You can hang on to it in death. And he did. I don't know if anybody knows who Corey Taylor is. Slipknot, the rock band Slipknot.
Yes,
and
yes.
Well, I got a call. It's been about a year and a half ago from one of the radio stations in Las Vegas, and they asked me would we come down and privately, without making any announcements, Corey Taylor wanted to make a video, and he was big into the paranormal, and he thought, could somebody take us, to a place in Las Vegas? And of course, I got called, I was up in Oregon at the time, and came down, took Corey Taylor into the Red Fox home and did a paranormal investigation, not Dinner with a Ghost, even though we have done Dinner with a Ghost there. And he got brave, and he came in and did this video with the radio station. There's a director and a producer and the people from the radio station. And this went out all night, and he asked certain questions, and he got attention, and he couldn't breathe, and he had to be taken outside and catch his breath because he felt like the pressure on him, the pressure from talking to Red and whoever else was in there, and he couldn't take it, and he went outside for a while and came back in, and they continued. But if he wasn't a believer, he's certainly a believer now, to find out that the video was given an award on one of the award shows for that video, for creativity of a video. So, it was kind of cool, and it's sad that we had to keep it all silent. They didn't want him to show up there and there'd be thousands of people in front of Red Fox's house.
Right.
So we're talking about doing locations in Iowa. He's from Iowa, and there's plenty of locations in Iowa. Edinburgh Manor, Malvern Manor, Stevenson's building up in Nebraska, right on the border there. But there are locations. We talked about having him come home because he loves paranormal. Come home and do something in his home state. So
Absolutely.
we're talking about that right now. So
Well, let's go to the phones real quick for just a moment.
Here we go.
Ghost Stories, you're on the air. Good evening.
I know it's me again.
Oh, it's you again.
You know what? I had this great idea, Rob.
Okay.
We should do it up in Oatman
Mhm.
because I have a house up there too that's also got a lot of movement in it, and we could do a potluck dinner type of thing, and we could have a great time just up there at Oatman, and we could do my store and my house, and we could go down to the glory hole. We could do her too, and we could find all kinds of fun up there that night.
I'll tell you what. You're talking to the guy who would love to talk to you in great detail about that. So, just go to his website.
But don't you think that would be fun?
Oh, it'd be a ball. I love Oatman.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to do that.
So John,
well, one of the things that your friend is talking about is not so much the greenhouse, because he felt that the greenhouse, the size we are, would be unable to fit in there. So we're talking about places
I bought the furniture out of the greenhouse. That's why we.
Oh, you did?
About the greenhouse. Yeah, I bought the great grandmother's bedroom set out of there. I have her vanity and everything. Is gorgeous.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We're
Hell yeah,
talking
she's in there too.
about,
I see her.
We're looking at the Grand Hotel in Jerome right now with Lyle. So that could be real cool, and some other locations, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
But
well, you ought to talk about Oatman because I've got like 3 different places up there that, believe me, I go to my store. I'm going to my store tonight, and they're going to be active. They're going to give me a hard time as they usually do. So you should think about coming up there because I can certainly show you a good time up there.
Now,
that sounded weird. I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, Rob, that's spiritually talking. That's spiritually.
Come on. Come on, we can have a good time. But really, seriously, I mean, it's like, if you want to do dinner, we can have a potluck. It's fine. But we've got some really cool places.
Well,
up in
we
Oakland,
don't.
and you should.
When we do dinner with the ghosts, it's more than potluck. It's 4-course gourmet meal and champagne and wine.
That's cool, but this is Oatman.
Yeah, but if we can get the seats filled, it doesn't make a difference. I could say the same thing about Gold Point, Nevada. There's 5 residents there, but every Memorial weekend we fill the place. So it's people will travel, and if people don't come, the donkeys will in Oatman. So.
Oh, believe me, I could fill it up for you in Oatman. But I mean, I'm just saying, well, if we don't, you have to come up there anyway. But we just thought that might be kind of a cool idea. This, because we've got they will tell you stories. They will tell you. We don't have to tell you. They will tell you the stories. Up there, I've got my guys that live in my building, and they're really cool. Are you sensitive?
Just in my feelings, I'm sensitive. No, but I can feel, but I can't see.
Yeah, well, that's what we are. Yeah. But although through your peripheral, I can see the man. I can always see the man through my peripheral, but he's always there. But yes, that's how we are too.
Well, Kim, let me tell you what. Go to his website, dinnerwiththeghost.com. His email address is there. Drop him a line, and Am I correct, John? You'll be in touch with her?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've been trying to get I've been trying to get. Yeah, we've got to get together anyway. So, but anyway, it was just an idea that if you, just thought it was kind of a neat place to go and like check it out because I can get you into a couple of other buildings up there that would be really interesting for you.
All right. Well,
keep in mind that the event space that we need is 28 feet by 12 feet.
Okay, I've got to
28 feet by 12 feet.
I've got to run off to a break. Hang on, folks. It's the ride is just getting started. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. We'll be back.
KTOX and K281CR Needles.
If you're just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talks.
to bring you up to date on the news.
Investigation fights. Storm damage. I'm Evan Haining. House Democrats are suiting up for another week of battles with the Trump administration. Correspondent Jeremy Diamond says the fights are on many fronts, from the release of the president's tax returns to the question of whether special counsel Robert Mueller will testify before Congress.
We're seeing really a stonewalling effort from the White House. And Congressman Adam Schiff, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, he's making clear that one thing that he definitely wants to see from this White House is allowing Robert Mueller, the special counsel, to come forward and testify.
Attorney General William Barr obliquely commented on the conflict between the executive and legislative branches of government when he addressed the National Association of Police Organizations as keynote speaker at a Police Week event.
I've been Attorney General now for less than 3 months, and I haven't been able to get out of Washington. But once I deal with this Beltway silliness, you'll be seeing me.
Barr's refusal to testify before a House panel and to release the Russia report unredacted is one major issue, as Democratic Senator and presidential candidate Kamala Harris told CNN's State of the Union.
I think it is fair to say that we are looking at a crisis, not only of confidence, but potentially a constitutional crisis.
Closed roads and water rescues. Heavy rain again pounded the southeast, leaving residents searching for higher ground as floodwaters engulfed their homes.
We've already had 18 houses underwater, that's had so much water in them, a foot or above. So we've been really, really upset.
Some parts of Louisiana saw several inches of rain fall overnight, leaving some roads impassable.
Correspondent David Daniel. Governor Phil Bryant has issued disaster declarations for parts of Mississippi hurt by the storms. I'm Evan Haining.
Non-attorney spokesperson, ad sponsored by Open Jar Concepts. Attention veterans and active duty military. If you were issued earplugs between 2002 and 2016 and were diagnosed with hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you may be entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs recently paid $9.1 million to resolve claims that their earplugs were defective, potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in hearing loss or tinnitus. If you or a loved one were issued earplugs and were diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss, don't wait. You fought for this country, and our attorneys want to fight for you. Call 800-719-6029 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you may be eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-719-6029 now. Again, 800-719-6029. That's 800-719-6029.
Are you looking for a new ride? Schwantes offers Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, cars, SUVs, and Ram trucks. They also have the biggest selection of inventory used vehicles in the area. Whether it's Ram, Bighorn, Wrangler, Dodge, Charger, or Chrysler 300, Schwantes of Bullhead City is a premier source in the tri-state area. Come down and talk to Schwantes staff member for a buying experience second to none. Schwantes of Bullhead City at 2494 Highway 95 or call 928-444-8845.
Are you prepared for your billboard moment? If you post on social network sites, you might be heading for the spotlight in a bad way. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht, and I'll tell you more in just a moment.
Your search engine is watching you, recording all your searches and creating a massive database of your personal information. That's creepy, but it doesn't have to be that way. Startpage.com is the world's most private search engine. Startpage doesn't store your IP address, make a record of your searches, or use tracking cookies, and they're third-party certified. If you don't like Big Brother spying on you, start over with Startpage. Great search results and total privacy. Startpage.com, the world's most private search engine.
What do an Israeli soldier, a Massachusetts high school teacher, and an Oregon mayor have in common? They're just a few folks whose tweets, Facebook wall posts, and other social networking faux pas have come back to haunt them. The soldier's post about his unit's planned raid stopped the army. The teacher lost her job for referring to students as germ bags, and the mayor was stripped of her office for posing in her undies. So think before you post. If you wouldn't want it shouted from the rooftops, downloaded by an enemy, published in the employee newsletter, or emblazoned on a billboard by a busy street, don't post it on the internet. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht. More news and information at catherinealbrecht.com.
Hi, my name is Carl. I work at Los Lagos Golf Course in Fort Mojave. It's a Cinderella story. I rose out of the ashes of bushwood and made it all the way to the top. At Los Lagos, the fairways and greens are immaculate, and the food is top-notch. Tuesday's top means she's a minx. Take Boundary Combe toward Oatman and turn left on Entrada via Verde, or call 928-768-7778.
Now the K-Talks 1340 and FM 104.1 Tri-State weather. It's 90 and partly cloudy. Wind is from the north. Tonight, clear with a low in the upper 60s. Wind will be from the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, sunny with a high around 102. Tomorrow night, clear with a low in the low 70s. That's your Tri-State weather on K-Talks and FM 104.1.
From the K2X studios in Needles, California, with Ruben Broadcasting and Pirate Web Radio Productions, it is now time for Ghost Stories with Rob Hanson.
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. On the line, I have John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost. Hi, John. Welcome.
Hey, bud.
Welcome back to the program. Kim, of course, she is a wonderful character, and has been a friend for a lot of years, actually. And I was halfway tempted. I'm sure she's still listening, and she's going to call back and say, "Yeah, do it, Rob. Do it, Rob." I'm halfway tempted to say, "Hey, look, I'll meet you in Oatman after the program. I'll bring my toys, and we'll see what can happen. What'll happen." But I should have said that.
She probably would.
Oh yeah, I know she would have. But anyway, she said she was heading back into town. That's okay. You go right ahead. Oatman is such a wonderful little town. It really is. It's really rich in history in the local area. It's probably it's one of the coolest living ghost towns in the area. And what really surprises me, and this is purely economic things, it boasts almost 250,000 visitors every year. Just
Which
coming,
is phenomenal.
Just coming to that little, one horse town. A lot of donkeys, but only one horse, and you can walk Main Street in 5 minutes if you walk real slow.
Right. Tripping over the jackasses in the way.
Exactly. But, you probably get mugged, too, if you're carrying any kind of hay cubes or carrots or anything else like that on you. You'll definitely get mugged. But, it's a wonderful little town. And if anybody listening out there happens to, guess what? There she is on the line, happens to be listening. And you just want a vacation spot or a spot to go and see something, go to Oatman. Day or night. Go during the day, you get to see the gunfights. Go at night, you get to see the ghosts. Ghost Stories, you are on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hello, Mr. Rob Hanson.
Hey.
This is Mark
Hey,
in
Mark.
Laughlin.
How you doing, Mark in Laughlin?
I don't know. Sorry about the bad news, but that's not why I called.
Okay.
Your guest, his name is John?
His name is John Cushman, yes.
And you were talking about Oatman, but I've been to Chloride once. What's your aspect on that?
Oh, yeah. Chloride's great. It is a fascinating town. You never know it was there. Coming off of the freeway there, you never know it existed. Kind of like Oatman. A lot of people don't know Oatman exists. It is very fascinating, and yes, we've done some investigations there, and definitely has its moments.
Yeah, I was there once for the first time in my life, and I go, wow, this looks like a spooky little town. And they have, abandoned mines and stuff. And I guess it's a visitor spot because they record down they stop at a gas station across the street, which is abandoned, but they write down numbers because I don't know the last reading on the gas pump, but chloride looked very interesting. It's kind of spooky.
Oh, all righty, Mark. Well, thanks for that.
Okay. Okay,
chloride
Ron.
and chloride and Kingman are very interesting.
Oh yeah, Kingman definitely have some spots. You know what, John? You're lighting up my phone lines, man.
That's how I roll.
I'm not complaining either. Let's go back. Ghost Stories, you are on the air.
Well, Rob, if you and John want to meet me up there tonight, I would be more than willing to be there.
Oh, I called that one, didn't I?
You did.
I mean, really, seriously. I mean, it's like I have no problem. I live 5 miles from my own store, so it's like, come on, if you want to play, let's play.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Give me a call on my line, on my personal line here after 10 o'clock, and we'll see where we can go from there. Okay.
I will do that. Okay. Talk to you soon.
It's
Bye.
a date. Thanks. Oh my goodness gracious me! I called that one, didn't I? I'm going to get some ghost hunting in tonight, I guess.
Well, yeah. We've done Kingman before. Kingman is an old railroad town. It's very fascinating.
Well, yeah, but places like the Powerhouse and what's the other one? Good grief. There's a Powerhouse, and I can't remember the other one, but the one that I want to go into and is completely inaccessible is that hotel.
No, it's not the Knickerbocker. It's basically across the street from the Powerhouse.
Pretty much. And, Lyle with Route 66 Paranormal Investigators has been in there. Fascinating stories every time he's gone in there.
He told me.
Oh, yeah.
He told me.
Oh, yeah. He's told us on the air, too. And, he got lucky. And really, that was his first jaunt into paranormal investigations. And he got lucky and, was able to go back in multiple times. And of course, the ghost hunting bug hit him, and he's been doing it ever since.
Well, we did the Powerhouse for Dinner with a Ghost about, man, it's been a long time. 2010, and we set up the Dinner with a Ghost table in what used to hold the generator. And that's where we held Dinner with a Ghost. A very active place. It's absolutely incredible.
I've seen pictures and I've seen videos that come out of there that are definitely on the side of whoa. So yeah.
And it's a big place. It
is a big place. What really strikes me. Okay, now it's a museum now. Powerhouse Museum. But what really strikes me funny is the number of museums, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say all of them that maybe weren't haunted before but are definitely haunted now.
Well, it's what they bring in there too, is how much of it's attached. There's a lot of things that could happen that way. Bringing these collections into the museums and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of attachment to it. So, the Powerhouse, they developed, that stuff wasn't in there to begin with. They brought all that in there. So,
yeah.
And there's a couple other museums in town there, same thing.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, another one that I would really love to go and ghost hunt is Kingman's the Steel Prison or the Steel Jail.
Oh yeah.
And you know, well, I'll tell you what, I've heard stories that you know they would lock people up in there and they would go absolutely insane because of the level of the noise.
Right.
You know, it's all steel, all, you know, and the echoing. You wrestle, and it's like being in an echo box. And I'll tell you what, I'll bet you that's got to be an active place.
It's metal all the time. That's right.
Metal all the time. Absolutely.
Heavy metal.
Yeah, not the kind that you want to bang your head to either, and maybe you're going to bang your head just to knock yourself out so you can escape it for a minute. But it's you know.
No, there's a lot of history in Kingman. It's you know, people don't realize it's a great place to go. It's got a lot to it. And of course, anywhere on Route 66, you're going to find a lot of history. So
absolutely. Well, you know, John, something just crossed my mind, and I'm probably going to give you an idea to go do it. But why don't you do a Route 66 Dinner with a Ghost tour?
You know, we talked about that, and you know, a lot of the problems with that is there are places, but not enough to hold something this big. You know, and again, when you see it, it's big. You know, and it's very worthwhile for people. You know, when we show up to a place, we don't need electricity. We have everything. You know, we show up with everything. You know, we show up with the kitchen, the linen, the glassware, the dishes, the food, not to mention the presentation for the table. And all the ghost hunting equipment for the paranormal investigation after dinner. You know, the investigation happens the second you walk into the building. You know, we do a champagne reception. Keep in mind, you're inside the building. So no matter where we're at, you know, you're inside a building that is supposedly haunted. And from the champagne reception and the time you walk in the door to going to dinner with a ghost, sitting down at that table for an hour and a half, and you know we're you know, the two of us are doing a presentation and things are happening, and we're trying to get, you know, the spirit to join us for dinner. They get served just like the rest of us. They get served a full 4-course meal just like the rest of us, and you know, it's right through to the dessert, and that ends about 9:30, 9:45, and 10 o'clock, we do the paranormal investigation of, you know, wherever we're at. And there's no time limit to that. That, you know, it could end at midnight, it could end at 4 a.m. You know, we don't stop because, you know, of time. We continue on. So when people come to Dinner with a Ghost, they get a night's worth. And we, you know, it's hard to believe people would travel clear across the country to Dinner with a Ghost, but we have people that do that. You know, people that have been with us in California and Nevada. And I'm going to use a G word. They're joining us in Gettysburg. And
that's okay. It's motivation. It's motivation.
When you start getting greeting cards in the mail from there, you know.
There you go. 100 Balboa Place, Needles, California.
That's right. That's right, damn it.
Well, I'll tell you what, John. You get within 100 miles of here and having an event, I'm going to be there. That's all there is to it. You get within 100 miles, I'm going to be there.
I think you're going to co-host it with us. I think that would be fun for you.
I think it would be great. We'll just have to do it on a Sunday night so I can do the radio program as well. Anyway, got to go to a break. John, hang on. We'll be right back.
I'm hanging.
It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. Of course, this is John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost. One of my favorite ghost hunters. We'll be right back.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0471. 800-245-0471. 800-245-0471. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0471.
You've probably heard about the health benefits of fish oil. Well, today, the fine makers from Nutristand.com, the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man, have a great offer for you. Protect Omega, the highest grade fish oil for a very low price. Studies show omega-3 fatty acids may help reduce heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, and reduce the likelihood of stroke or heart attack. But did you know fish oil supports brain health? In fact, fresh fish contains a special oil called DHA. So important to brain health, it's added to baby formula to support healthy brain development. So, how does one choose which fish oil supplement to take? What makes Protect Omega stand out among the competition is the high dose of DHA. DHA is found in high concentrations in the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and it facilitates electrical impulses that are critical in these areas. From Protect Omega, not only are you getting all the benefits for your heart and cardiovascular system, you're also getting a boost to brain power and development. So give Protect Omega from Nutristand a try today. Now, for that special offer, if you go to Nutristand.com right now and order a bottle of Protect Omega, it is 25% off. Enter the promo code RADIO at checkout and you'll get free shipping. But here's the real showstopper. Sign up for auto ship and any product you buy from Nutristand will be 50% off. That's right. Get the best in fish oil supplements and order it today for 50% off if you sign up for auto ship. And you can still enter the promo code RADIO for free shipping. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee and you can cancel anytime. Visit Nutristand.com, 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 the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man. Take a stand for your health. Visit Nutristand.com today.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open.
For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise...
And welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. On the line, we have John Cushman. He's with Dinner with a Ghost, and we're talking about future plans for Dinner with a Ghost and, you know, what goes on with Dinner with a Ghost. I'm hungry. Suddenly, I'm really kind of hungry.
Well, if you saw the menu, you'd be real hungry.
Oh, all right, Grandpa. What's for dinner tonight?
See.
You have to be a certain age to understand that joke.
Yep.
And I'm of that certain age. I'm not going to explain it to anybody. They'll have to go do their own research. But so what's on the menu?
Let's see. For the G word, it is a 4-course sliced New York strip steak on top of fingerling potatoes with air corvaire. If anybody knows what that is, those are French whole green beans.
Okay.
And a demi-glace on top of that with a chicken tortilla soup, Southwestern chicken tortilla, and a salad. And a dessert that'll probably give you diabetes.
That's all right. That's okay.
It's served in a 12-ounce martini glass. So when that shows up at the table as your last memory of dinner there, you don't forget it because it's very decadent, and it's if you don't remember anything about that night, you'll remember that dessert.
Remember that dessert.
And after you eat that dessert, you'll see spirits. Trust me.
or join in the fun. And that's what I'm looking forward to this. I'm like I said, you get within 100 miles of here, I'm going to be there. I might just show up and say, "Hi, John.
Well,
I'm here."
You ought to do your radio show from there one night.
I could, as long as I can get an internet access, I could. But that's iffy, whatever.
You're in the ozone. You're in the ozone out there.
Oh yeah, I know, and I've been in the radio business for 20 years, and I've been to remotes where we've had no access whatsoever except for a little 3-watt transmitter that beams directly to the station, and it sounded good, but I'll tell you what, sometimes you have to bounce that signal up a mountain or a building or something. It gets goofy, but I've been doing this for a while, so yeah, I could probably pull it off.
Well, a lot of the stations that have come and done it usually record it,
right,
and then they take it to they plan out a little bit, for one of the upcoming shows, that type of thing. So, they've done that. It's been done several times. So a little different.
Yeah.
Especially to be sitting there and, basically experiencing it. So, and talking about it over the waves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what my other place that I'm going to do a radio program out of there at some point when I have the equipment is definitely I'm going to the Omen House and do a program right there in dead smack in the middle. We're gonna see how well that goes, if the spirits will let me do that from there, because I'll tell you what, that night would be, holy cow, that would be wonderful. Anyway, John, I know that your time is limited, and I want to keep you on as long as I can.
Oh, absolutely.
But so you're coming up to Gettysburg, then you're gonna start snaking your way west again. Now, go ahead.
We're going to the Stevenson's building in Nebraska. Now, it's Wymore, Nebraska. It's as you would call it, a one-horse town, but it was something big back in history. So they have the Oatman 5-minute walk town there, and it's the building was bought by Christy Williams and some partners of hers who do paranormal, and we're going to be the first event there ever. So it's going to be very interesting. It's got a big history, especially back into Prohibition. It was a lot to do in Prohibition and times before that, but Prohibition was big. A lot of people, let's say, disappeared in that building.
Oh.
So, and from there we go to the Beatty Mansion in St. Joseph, Missouri, which is an incredible place. One of my friends had just done his video there that's on VidiSpace, and they had some pretty exciting stuff happen to them with, of course, results on video, which is kind of cool. And he can't wait for us to go there. In fact, he may he may show up and do something with Dinner with a Ghost. So, and from there, I will be in Oregon, moving my collection, my historic collection, my Civil War collection, to the East Coast here. So I'll be doing that for a good portion of that. Then we're back in the G word for Civil War Week in July.
Motivation.
I'm not going to rub that in at all.
Oh, you go right ahead and rub that one in.
Yeah. And then we're at Edinburgh Manor in Iowa, in Monticello, Iowa, an incredibly large place. You ought to pull that one up when you get a chance. Edinburgh Manor, big time. And from there, we've been asked to come back to Rock Island and a few places while we're there. So we're making more arrangements for that. August, we're working on August possibly for the West Coast. September, as we talked about, we're going to be at the Bullock. We're going to be at the Corn Palace, then back in Malvern Manor and Edinburgh Manor again in August. In September.
Okay.
October, and I'm tired of talking about it. We're 2 weeks in Gettysburg at the Apple Festival, and at the Her Ridge bed and breakfast. So
you know what, John? Knowing you, I'm surprised you haven't started talking to somebody about purchasing someplace and moving to Gettysburg.
Well, it's been asked, and we've thought about it, and you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
We're let's see, and in October, let's see, what do we have in October other than that? That's it for October so far. November, we're at the 585 Mansion in Virginia, in Whiteville, Virginia. The second week and the second week in December. So there's some spaces to fill in here and there.
How interesting, because I have to take a trip to Paris Island at the end of November or mid-November.
Really?
Yes, my daughter will be graduating boot camp sometime in November. Yeah, she hasn't gone yet. She hasn't gone yet, but she's got her all set up to head off there in mid-July, and oh boy. So I'm going to be out on the East Coast come November.
Well, you have to let me know.
I will.
I mean,
will.
You may be doing 585.
Oh, now you know what, that would be, that'd be cool. I'll bring my Marine daughter to protect me.
Nothing will protect you.
Oh, my Marine daughter will. She'll be badass. She ain't
there you go. Yeah. So they say.
Yeah, really. But no, I'm going to be out. I don't know why I'm blocking that portion out. My daughter going out to the Marines and whatnot. So it kind of scares me to death. But and in on another sense, I'm immensely proud of her. She'll be great. She will be walking the stage, getting her diploma. Well, at least the cover for her diploma this coming Saturday. Oh my gosh, this month has been something else.
Yeah, they grow quick, don't they?
They grow quick. This is it's come. This May is just a month of fundamental changes. It really has been. And I don't even have the time left in the program to even begin to scratch the surface on what has changed this month. And it's just an amazing set of and I'm going to put it out there. It's just an amazing set of miracles that have all accumulated into a month long holy cow fest. That's the best I can put it. But but okay, so you're back east, and definitely the first week of the first couple of weeks of December, you're going to be in 585. I got that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Now that's I don't know if you've seen some pictures of it. It's one of 11 octagon mansions that are left in the United States, and there's only 3 left in Virginia, and they're not in the greatest shape, but they were historically developed by, of course, Jefferson. So and this is one of them, and it's a stunning place. Stunning. Now, if somebody was going to buy something, that'd probably be it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Boy, I'll tell you what, and restore that. Ooh, wow.
Yes.
I've seen the pictures. You put the pictures up there on your website at dinnerwithaghost.com, and I look. Yeah. I go there all the time, man. I'm not gonna be coy and say, oh no, I don't rarely go. No, I go there all the time. I look for changes.
Well, there's more to come. More to come.
Sure.
Yeah, working on some pretty incredible places. So, different places. I don't want to do what everybody else has done. We try to look for new locations, do places that, not that I mind doing Gettysburg, but it.
Motivation, Rob. Motivation.
That's right. Don't take it with a grain of salt.
Well, I'll be. I could. Ooh, wait a minute. I'll be driving.
I know you were going to say that.
I'll be driving. Okay, I can always swing up through Pennsylvania, and then you work my way back. Yeah, that's it. I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
It's a ghost hunting tour.
See, and and depending where you're at, you said Parris Island. I don't know how far that is from there, but South Carolina. So you're probably Parris Island to there. Let's see. For us, coming from Virginia, it's 5 hours to Gettysburg. So from where you're at, it's. I have my assistant looking it up right now.
It's probably about.
Brace yourself.
Okay, I'm braced.
Brace. 371 miles.
6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, see? You cannot see, by law, you cannot come out here and anything within 6 hours and 58 minutes you have to go to. So you're going to go to Gettysburg.
I will go to Gettysburg.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't come 3,000 miles and the number 2 on your bucket list you're going to walk away from.
Oh no. This is going to be one heck of a family vacation. I haven't done a vacation in years. Not since I last went camping, and that was for just overnight. But gotten away from town and gone. And I think Gettysburg. I wonder if I can. Yeah, I could swing down to. Yeah, I could do that.
Now, when is her graduation?
Sometime.
Or when is
sometime in November is all I know at this point. But she hasn't gone yet. She's not a Marine yet, but she sure will be. John, hang on.
She's working on it.
She's working on it. John, got to go to a break. We'll come back. We'll finish this up, and then.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious me! Where has the time gone? Well, whoever stole my showtime, bring it back, please. We'll be right back in his Ghost Stories.
All right, pal.
You've probably heard about the health benefits of fish oil. Well, today, the fine makers from Nutristand.com, the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man, have a great offer for you. Protect Omega, the highest grade fish oil for a very low price. Studies show omega-3 fatty acids may help reduce heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce triglycerides, slow the development of plaque in the arteries, and reduce the likelihood of stroke or heart attack. But did you know fish oil supports brain health? In fact, fresh fish contains a special oil called DHA, so important to brain health, it's added to baby formula to support healthy brain development. So, how does one choose which fish oil supplement to take? What makes Protect Omega stand out among the competition is the high dose of DHA. DHA is found in high concentrations in the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and it facilitates electrical impulses that are critical in these areas. From Protect Omega, not only are you getting all the benefits for your heart and cardiovascular system, you're also getting a boost to brain power and development. So give Protect Omega from Nutristand a try today. Now, for that special offer, if you go to Nutristand.com right now and order a bottle of Protect Omega, it is 25% off. Enter the promo code RADIO at checkout and you'll get free shipping. But here's the real showstopper. Sign up for auto ship and any product you buy from Nutristand will be 50% off. That's right. Get the best in fish oil supplements and order it today for 50% off if you sign up for auto ship, and you can still enter the promo code RADIO for free shipping. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel anytime. Visit Nutristand.com, 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 the nutrition newsstand from the Supplement Man. Take a stand for your health. Visit Nutristand.com today.
Okay, this is the target house.
Hey, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
You have a ghost story you want to share with Rob? Call 855-586-9134. Phone lines are now open.
Yeah, welcome back. It is Ghost Stories. That's right. We ain't afraid of no ghost, right? Right, John?
No, and we don't want them late for dinner either.
Oh,
so,
no. Yeah, it's just like when I play Blue Oyster Cult, Grim Reaper. We're not afraid of the Grim Reaper around here. We invite them in, set them down, tea and crumpets, play a game of chess. Anyway, welcome back to the program. It is last 15 minutes of the program, which I love this program so much, but I hate this one because it's coming to an end. And doggone, I almost wish I could do this every night. I really do.
Yeah,
it would be so fun to be able to do this 5 nights a week or 6 nights a week, or even hell, the heck with that, 7 nights a week. But no, don't get greedy, Rob. Don't get greedy. One of these days, never mind. But anyhow,
breathe, Rob. Breathe.
I'm breathing. Now I have finally pulled up your website here, and I was trying desperately not to, but I'm saying, well, I'll tell you what, you're busy, man. You're a busy man.
Yeah. I put you down for hosting 585 in November, so we'll leave it open.
Okay, I see that's the 8th and the 9th. So yeah, leave that one open.
Yes.
Yeah, leave that one open. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the phones real quick. Ghost Stories, you are on the air. Welcome.
Yes.
Now, this one here, I called earlier. I said call you in when it's dark.
Oh, yes. No, it's looking out my window. Yes, it is now dark, as forecasted.
Yeah. Now, this takes place. I'll give you exact location.
Okay.
This is in Indianapolis, Indiana, the Near East Side.
Okay.
A lot of horrific things that made movies and books of terrible things happen in that area. And this is placing you on a house that is on 12th Street at the corner of Bevel, and it's a double. One side of this is a man with a wife and two beautiful daughters, teenage. Takes a shotgun and shoots and kills them. Blood on the drapes on the windows and everything, then turns the gun on himself, 12 gauge.
Okay.
Murder, suicide, the whole family. Nobody understands why he did it. Now, I'm growing up as a kid. I see this double. People move into the site the murder happened. They're out that night sleeping in their cars. Some of them don't get their stuff out of the house. They can have it. Some goes back in daytime. This goes on for a while. But people moving the other side of the double, they get out the next morning or moving. They say couldn't get a blink of sleep for all the noise on the other side and nobody's there. They cut off the power. At night, there's light in the upstairs bedroom where the daughters were. Blood on the window. Later on, I see that light again. The power's been yanked. The wire's cut. It's been drawn all the back of the pole. But sometimes that light is on in that bedroom. And that bloody shade is showing. Now, I mean, I've seen countless people move in there, talk about how cheap it is as a kid. And I say, you'll be out tonight. They was out in the car come morning because you know how kids get up before at daybreak, automatic clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is the age I'm able to walk around my neighborhood some. It's a little kid thing. When they tore that house down, house on Bevel bought the lot, and they was into artwork like sewing saws and this and that and big garden type of view. You know, anyway, that ground where that double sit would not grow nothing. The grass was even brown like it was in the desert all the time.
Wow.
Couldn't plant anything and grow on that ground either. But to see at night that room red with blood on it, just being on the window shades and stuff, just throws, you know, cold chills up and down. I would not break a window in that house.
I understand that. I understand. What do you
I'd walk up the porch. I could feel the cold air hit me. I'd turn around, walk away. I can't know a couple kids that walked into it 3-4 steps, walked back out. And boy, I got cold. And they're walking funny because they used the restroom on themselves, they discovered.
What do you think
and
of that,
then
John?
they didn't go in there again. And this is true as a kid. And, you know, these are two stories. The early one, this one, I never told anybody.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's.
And what I just told you, it was just us kids talked about that.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So,
were there
a footnote to the people that bought the lot that I told you painted saws and stuff?
Right.
They had a monkey, and when it get drunk, it throws stuff, and they chases them out of the house. And when it passes out from being drunk, then they can go in the house and throw it in its cage. It was a mean drunk.
It was a mean drunk. All righty, man. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Boy, I'll tell you what, that'll keep me up tonight.
Yeah, I grew up in a real interesting neighborhood, and that's just the beginning of the story. So there was a corner with 4 haunted houses.
Well, save that one.
That one was the evilest. Save
those for another night. But thanks for your call. I appreciate it.
Okay, you take care.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wow. What do you think of that, John?
That, I thought Indianapolis was for race cars. I guess not.
No, and I have family that lives out near Indianapolis. I may have to give them a call later this week. Hey, what do you know about the ghosts in Indianapolis? So,
that's right.
Well,
they're everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. But I wonder if anybody's ever ghost hunted the Indianapolis 500 grounds.
I'll tell you something about that. We wanted to do the Las Vegas racetrack.
Uh-huh.
And a good friend of mine, Larry Ferguson, was, with Levy out there, and he was in charge. And he said, the reason we don't want to do it here, we don't want to bring death into something that would freak out these drivers and stuff. They don't want to give them a stigma. And, he was straightforward about it. He goes, I don't want to do it here. He goes, I just, I don't want to do it here. It's, I don't want to give anybody a reason, if something happened.
Right.
There's a lot of hotels in Vegas that don't want to do it either, even though they've been around since, 1909, some of these, the Golden Gate. They don't want to do it because, when people lose money, they don't want to think the spirits are taking their money away, bad luck,
Yeah.
So they don't want that stigma. In Las Vegas.
I can understand that. I really can. And you'd think that Las Vegas, with its, especially with its history, and there's been a couple of TV programs. I can't remember the one offhand, but where they went into a producer's house, and well, I'll tell you what, they got the scared out of them.
Oh yeah. It's like Red Fox's house. It's, it's definitely got stuff going on, and he's not afraid to share it,
Absolutely.
Just, like I said, don't talk about the IRS. So,
don't talk about the IRS.
Talk about a trigger object.
Oh, well, talk about an organization, that makes you mad in life and death. Wow.
Yeah, they say you can't take it with you. I don't know. You can. That's why he's still there.
There you go.
Now, I'm telling you, we got to stay in contact about November. November could be very good for you.
Absolutely, and we're going to. I just don't know when it's going to happen in November. I don't have any exact dates at this point. I will certainly.
That's okay.
In the future, but yeah, I'm definitely coming out there because I want to see my baby all gussied up in her Marine uniform, graduating her training. Then she's going to go become a cop. Well, that's all right. I'm proud of her anyway. Yeah,
that's right.
Do you know where they do Marine MP training? This is going to blow your mind.
Where?
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
It blew my mind. She says, well, Dad, after I get done with basic, I'm going to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I said, wait a minute, that's Army out there. That's where your dad did his basic training. No, really? I said, yes. Why would they go out there? Because that's where all the Army trains their MPs too. I said, well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
How do you like that?
Oh,
how do you like that?
I'm not going out there. No way. Can't make me. But I gave her all the good places to go fishing when spring comes around. She's the thing is she's going to be in good old Fort Lost in the Woods, Missouri, in the dead of winter. Oh
man, yeah.
And she is grown up in the desert. She's not gonna be. She's in for a bad time.
Just say no. Just say no.
I've already said no. Come on.
Say no to drugs in Missouri.
Yeah, pretty much. Or at least Missouri in summer and winter, and at least that part of Missouri. There's a reason why they called that area Little Korea, because it acted just like Korea does in the summer and the winter. It's miserable.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
But You want to go fishing? That's the place to go.
Oh, the Ozarks and stuff, you bet.
Oh, heavens,
yeah. If you haven't seen enough of Branson, Missouri, and all the entertainment out there,
there is that, and then of course there's always St. Louis and Six Flags. So, lots to do in Missouri and ghost hunting. Now, another thing, I've heard of a bunch of different sites in St. Louis, but has anybody ever ghost hunted the Arch?
Being federal land, they probably wouldn't let you do it.
I know.
They wouldn't let you do it. But in St. Louis is the LEMP, L-E-M-P mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that up. We're going to be doing that. That's it. When you see that place, it's incredible. So we're probably going to end up doing that. I ran it. We did a convention. We did HauntACon in Nebraska in March, and I met with those people, and they definitely want us to come to the LEMP. But it's St. Louis. The billionaires built the place, and it's quite the place. It is, perfect in its condition right now. It is a restaurant. It is convention space. It's a beautiful place. So when you get a chance, pull that little beauty up, because it's going to be on our list there. So
sounds wonderful. Let's go back to the phones just real quick. Ghost Stories, you're on the air.
Hello, Rob. This is Mark again.
Hey, Mark.
Your daughter's going to be an MP, correct?
Yep.
I'm proud of her. You know what? When I was stationed at Fort McClellan MP school in Anderson, Alabama, they had 6 Marines going through MP school. I'm trying to make this as quick as I can. MP school with us, and it was like about 50 of us, and we dogged the crap out of them, and we throw we'd always say, Marine, hit the beach.
And I imagine they knocked you on your butt. Gotta go, Mark. But thanks for the call.
All right,
bye. Don't tell me that thing. Never mind. Okay. But back on to St. Louis, Missouri. I love my listeners. I really do. I love every single last one, especially when they call in. And I love Mark. He calls in on my afternoon program. He calls in during my night program. Mark's a great guy. I usually end up calling him Betty or Martha or something like that. But he's a good guy.
There you go.
But you're on the road. You're starting off. Your next stop is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, for May 17th, 18th, and 19th. So get on there, get your tickets, get on out to Gettysburg, and when you're buying your tickets to get on the airplane to go, slip one in for me too.
Yeah, see? Yeah. And carry your bags.
I will. I'll play porter the entire way, and of course, then after that, you've got the Stevenson Building in Waymore, Nebraska, and then you're in the St. Joseph, Missouri, then back to Gettysburg, and then all over the place after that. John, it's been a ride tonight, man.
Yeah, it has.
It really has, and I appreciate you coming on the program as always. We'll definitely be keeping in contact with you about the November dates at the 585 Mansion.
You'll have a blast.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah,
John, thanks a bunch. We're out of time. Got to head on off. Might go ghost hunting tonight.
Thanks, pal.
All right. Have a good night.
See. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It is Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Rob Hanson. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for joining me. And thanks you for all your phone calls. We'll see you next week right here on Ghost Stories. Go out there and have a really haunted night. Ghost Stories with Rob Hanson is produced at the KTOX Studios in Needles, California, in conjunction with Ruben Broadcasting and Pirate Web Radio Productions. All rights reserved. Avast, you scallywags, it's another pirate production.
KTOX and K281CR Needles.
If you are just turning on your radios,
this is K-Talk.
to bring you up to date on the news.
Ships attacked, negotiations delayed,